Hey guys, welcome to my very first Football Manager 2016 series, and we are gonna start this series playing in the MLS. We're not gonna take an American team. This time we're gonna start with the Vancouver Whitecaps from Canada. And before I start and do all the introduction that the MLS deserves, let me just show you a little bit about the team, and let's go through each player. We have David Olsted, Tim Parker, Octavio Rivero, which is one of our designated players, which I'm gonna go about later on in this video. Diego Rodriguez, Mauro Rosales, Ethan Sampson, Jordan Smith, Christian Teixeira, Russell Tybert, Paulo Tonagi, Kendall Watson, Sana DeCubi, Steven Badisher, Marco Bustos, Marco Carducci, Caleb Clark, Christian Dim, Robert Earnshaw, Davy Flores. Is that how you spell it? How you say it? How you pronounce it? Yeah, how you pronounce it? Not sure. Kian Sprouse, Jordan Harvey, Enrique Hurtado, Pamadou Ka, Jason Kofi, Matthias Lava, Andre Lewis, Kikuta Mane, Jaron Natax, Ben McHenry, Nicolas Mesquida, Pedro Morales, and other designated players. And I'll let you pass on that Matthias Lava is another designated player of ours. So those are our players, and we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you a little bit more about MLS. So here we are. I'm already here, we are in the MLS, and we are gonna see this message about MLS contract and registration information. So if you don't know, this is a little bit of information, so you understand more about the MLS and the difficult squad building and rules towards your players, their salaries, etc. Vancouver may sign a maximum of 3 designated players. A designated player that is 20 years old or younger will be referred as young designated player, and they have a limitation on salary. They can be in that age, and if they are 21 to 23 years old, they still have a limitation and they're still qualified as a young designated player. It sounds like complicated. Like there are each team has guaranteed 2 DP spots, the designated players, and they have guaranteed a 3rd slot that is for a young designated player. But some teams that might not have already this slot need to buy to have a 3rd designated player, like I guess like New York City has for having Lampard, Pirlo, and Villa. So there is the senior players, off-budget players, and all those players that have maximum and minimum salaries, and you have a maximum and the amount of players you might have from each category into your squad. And there's reserve contract players. They can only occupy off-budget slots. There is Generation Adidas players. I guess those players come throughout the draft, and I guess their salaries don't count yet. They are off-budget, so they don't count for the salary cap. So here we have our squad. that I showed before. There is our registration process. As you can see, we have a maximum squad size of 28 players, maximum of 3 designated players, maximum of 11 internationals. However, basically each team has 8 international spots, and they basically can trade that, as well as draft picks and players. Very similar to the NBA rules, NHL, NFL, the other major leagues in American sports. So, as it looks like, we have 3 slots more, maximum of 8 off-budget players, maximum of 6 reserve players. Okay, this is a rule that only applies for us, because we're Canadian. We have a maximum of 25 non-Canadian players. So from a squad that is overall of 28 players, we need to have at least 3 Canadian. Sounds like we have more. And we have a maximum squad salary of 50,000 per week. That's very low. Most of players in the Premier League, the English Premier League, they got more than that. We're basically right now at 43,500, and but again, with those rules, there are some players that do not count, and the designated players that do not count. Again, minimum squad size of 15 players. We have 26 at the moment. Let's go for the competitions. So basically, we are from Canada, so we have some peculiarities within the MLS. We have the Major League Soccer, which we play in the Western Conference. We play against all teams in the tournament from both conferences, but we qualify for the playoff throughout our conference. If we go into first or second place during the regular season, you don't have you have a bye in the playoffs. If you go from third to sixth, you need to play a knockout round before the teams that got first and second place. Basically, it's like that, and the playoff is within the same conference. We have the Canadian Championship. It's basically like the Canadian Cup, but it's called the Championship because since we're Canadian and we're playing a US-based league, we're not able to qualify for the CCL, which is the CONCACAF Champions League, throughout the MLS. So to get a slot to that international competition, no matter how well we do in the MLS, we need to win this competition because Canada has only 1 slot into the CONCACAF Champions League, and you only get through the Canadian Championship. And we're gonna play the semi-final, and the 5 professional teams of Canada playing this competition, if I'm not wrong. We have the Supporter Shield. The Supporter Shield is another competition within MLS. That the team that gets most overall points during the regular season gets a Supporter Shield, and if it is American, it gets already a qualification spot for the CONCACAF Champions League. But since we are Canadian, we won't get that. This is just most about the trophy. And we have the Cascadia Cup. Something that is fun about the American and Canadian championships is that the rivalry between fans, they make competitions between themselves. So Vancouver is part of the Cascadia Cup. So there are the 3 teams in the region, Seattle and Portland, which are from the US, but they're very close to Vancouver, and they're from the Cascadia region. And all games between the 3 teams in the MLS regular season will count for this table, and the team with the overall best points will win the cup. And the funny part about this thing, this is a competition only for supporters, so the trophy stay with the supporter groups of the winning team, and Vancouver is absolutely dominated lately. we have the draft, as I explained before, so we're gonna get some college players, but there are some other things you need to understand about the system of MLS. So we have the Whitecaps FC2. What is the Whitecaps FC2? Whitecaps FC2 is a USL franchise that we hold. It is not licensed, so here you see American Division Western Conference. And apparently those players are ours, and we can also loan some players from the first team so they get experience and playing time. And we apparently have a priority with those players that have only one USL contract, but they do not have an MLS contract. As far as I'm concerned, let me see this guy. Jordan Hines. Yeah, he's contracted directly to the Whitecaps FC2, but we're the owner of that team, so we might have priority with that. Yeah, we need to make an offer. Yeah, that sounds weird, because you're gonna make an offer from a player that plays for the team that he won that team. That doesn't make any sense. Let's go on. This one I'm pretty sure we can sign right away, because this is the Whitecaps residency. And yes, it's the playing academy. We still have the draft, where we get the college players, but we have some players that we train within our academy until they are 18 years old, so they can decide if they're gonna go for pro football already or go into college. And I'm pretty sure we have the priority to sign that. Yes, we can approach a sign. This guy's not very good. Oh no, has a decent potential ability. Definitely gonna take a look at him later on. Decent acceleration, aggression, determination. Interesting player. So basically it works like that, and I think that's all for now. Let's take a look at our schedule. We'll have some friendlies prepared for the season. Real Monarchs, Carolina Hail Hawks, Minnesota United, Whitecaps FC2, and then we're gonna start the season at home against the Toronto FC, the Canadian rivalry. I'm probably gonna play those 4 games off camera, and then I'm gonna come back for the next episode and play against Toronto FC in a live com. And basically I'm gonna do like that, only play the most important games on the live commentary, and the other games I play outside, play off camera, so that way we can play a lot of seasons very quickly and go directly to the games that matter the most, which are basically gonna be the Cascadia Club Clash, Canadian Championship, and of course the playoffs. If we get there, that's our main objective. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this series, and I see you tomorrow, because I'm also gonna do 2 or 3 more series. So please take some attention to my channel, subscribe, and hit the like button. Thank you.